David, back at Cottingham just 36 hours after a memorable night with Ireland in Germany, just give us your reflections on the draw with the world champions.
Obviously it was fantastic. It was a really tough game. Obviously they'd lost to Poland a few days beforehand, so we knew that they'd be looking to try and bounce back and make it difficult for us, and we obviously had a game plan. We set out to be solid, be compact, and not leave them break us down easily, and obviously we stuck at our task, and then we ended up getting equalised in the last kick of the game.
Can you describe the feeling when that John O'Shea flick went in?
Pure ecstasy, I suppose, the only thing, because we'd worked so hard all evening, and to score, and it was brilliant. It was amazing to knock the stuffing out of them as well, and we were just over the moon. Obviously we played Gibraltar a few days beforehand. To get 4 points against those two was obviously fantastic.
Was that late goal the reward for the concentration and determination that the team had shown throughout?
I think it's all that, yeah. How hard we'd worked during the first half, and even before Tony Cruz had scored. We had to really grind it out, and it was tough at times because they dominated the ball. They like to do that. They did it against Poland as well, but they obviously didn't take their chances, and then Poland punished them, and they probably should have killed us off. They had a couple of opportunities and they didn't take them, and 1-0 is always, you always have a chance, and I went down the wing and Wes put a cross in, and then Jeff Hendrick kept it alive, and Big Shazy got in front of Matt Hummels and scored, so we're delighted.
You played the games against Gibraltar and Germany predominantly as a right back. How did you find that?
It was very, very different, I suppose. You have to change a lot of your, the way your movements in a game, and I've got to start worrying about the left winger, the false striker, the number 10 they say, who drops in. I've got to start worrying about them, and then obviously you have to keep the offside line, so you're looking across. It was very different, but I was very fortunate. I played alongside John O'Shea and John Walters in front of me, two very experienced players, and they look after me very well, and it made my evening easier because I knew I had support either side of me, to make sure I was fully concentrated.
It's early days, but it's looking good, isn't it, in your group, especially with the extra team potentially going through to the finals?
Yeah, of course, but we've got Scotland next month, and that's obviously it's Celtic Park, so it's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge occasion, with the Celtic links to Ireland. There's a lot of Celtic fans there. It's going to be a terrific atmosphere. Obviously, then with the boss obviously previously managing Celtic, it's going to be a great occasion. There's a couple of Scots here, so it's going to be good. We're all looking forward to it. Obviously, we had a fantastic result against Germany, but we need to bounce, take that and bounce into the next game against Scotland and make sure we get a result there, because all our hard work will be undone if we don't, pick up points against Scotland.
That was the next question, actually. There's going to be a fair bit of interest in that game in our dressing room, isn't there?
Yeah, of course. Obviously with Alan and Andy, and obviously Snods is injured, but there'll be a bit of banter, a bit of rivalry before. There's a few of us Irish here as well, so please God, we'll beat them so we can have the bragging rights around the training ground for a while.
Obviously the Irish contingent are coming back to training happy today. There's a fair few others coming back happy as well. Can that all go towards making it even better atmosphere here?
Obviously it lightens the mood up in training because everyone's happy. You look at the Welsh, like Will James. I say Welsh, with James, play well. They've won their games, and he's coming back delighted, and you look forward to getting stuck into Arsenal at the weekend. Saying, well, the majority of us, who have played and done well, so it's good. And it can only be positive in the change room and the place. When
you look around, how would you assess the start to Hull City season?
It's been all right. Obviously we've taken the lead in a few games, and we've given away sloppy goals on our behalf. But last season we were probably not conceding like we would at the start of this year, and that's not like us. But we're obviously determined to turn it around. We had a fantastic result against Palace. Arsenal are obviously going to be a tough game, but we can go into it with confidence, and they're missing a few, and it's going to be good. So we should look forward to it.
And for yourself personally, is it a case of trying to get back into that starting 11?
Yeah, that's well. For anyone who's not playing, whether it be, I've missed out in the last squad or whatever, and it's got to be down to the player to push himself back into manager's plans and make sure that you're not forgotten about. And it can be very easy. It happened to a few people last year, and You know, I don't want to be one of them people. You know, I played 30, 31 Premier League games last year, and you want to keep going and you want to build on that. That's what I intend to do. And obviously, the manager's strength puts strength and depth into the squad, and you know, it's obviously helped us. But you know, you just gotta, the majority of us gotta make sure that we're still, you know, featuring regularly.
Can your performances at international level help to drive that on, do you think?
Well, it's the fitness more for international level to come back here, because you know I played right back. I think he's quite happy with Al Mohammadi and Ross Senior's there, his right backs. I don't think I'll be ever playing right back for him, but you know, it's down to myself. You know, I've had 90 minutes in the last probably 6 days, so it's been good, and you know, I'm looking forward to Saturday and you know, get training out this morning and get going again and make sure that we're ready for the Arsenal.